What is up, guys, and welcome back to the third video of this HWID series. Today we're going to be going over how to use our files that we've made in our PHP web server and how to actually use those to authenticate through a bot. So we're going to be using a module called request, which will send requests to the actual URL we have created before. So let's get started. You're going to start with a new index.js file, and then in your terminal, you're going to npm install and then request. And then we're also going to be using the module system information in order to get the user's HWID. So let's define these at the top. Let request equals require request. So that will bring in the package that we've just installed. We can also npm install system information. And then we can let system, or actually we can just do si equals require system information. So there we go. Okay, so now that we have those required, let's actually get the user's HWID. So we can let HWID, we can set it as a variable that we can change, and then in the next one we'll actually define what the variable will be. So we'll do si.uuid.then id, and then we're going to push that to the HWID. So the HWID will then equal the id.operating_system.toString. So what that will do is basically it will take the HWID, it will get it, and then it will push it to the HWID data. So now we can use that in our authentication. So let's actually create this authentication as a function. So function auth, and then inside we'll start writing our code. Okay, so now we're going to actually send the request. This URL, I'm going to use my URL. Make sure that you're using yours though. So we're going to start with the request, and then we're going to send it to the URL http://charge.dev.xyz. Again, this will be your own link. Don't use mine. It probably will not work. /tutorial, and then we're going to do /index.php, and then we're going to actually do the request. So HWID equals, and then we're going to use our template literals to put in a variable there. We're going to use HWID. So now it will send the request, and like I showed in the previous videos, it will check the HWID insert, and in this case we'll be using the one that we've gotten. Okay, so now that we've created that, we will be able to actually create the function to check if the request is valid or invalid. So we'll do error res body, and the main one we're going to be focusing on is body. So we're going to use an error function, and now we're going to do if error, and then we'll just return a console log of the error if there is one. So if there is an error, we will console.log error, and that's all we need for the error catch. And now we can check the body. So the body is going to be what's outputted by the website, and if you remember back in our previous tutorial, I showed you that it will output success. So we can read that with if body equals success. Then we can, for now we can just console.log auth successful. And then otherwise, if it doesn't, we can process.exit, which will pretty much end the program. And then I guess before that we can console.log verification failed. Now the last thing we need to do for this to start working is we need to call this function. You can call it anywhere in your code. I normally do mine under the client on ready under a Discord bot, but for this we'll just call it right at the top. Again, you can put this pretty much anywhere and it will still be able to run. Okay, so there's actually something that I forgot to tell you guys, or that I forgot to do. So we need to make this function into an async function so we can use async methods inside of it. And then we're going to delete our string here. Then we're going to put it in here with an await in front of it before we actually get the HWID. So what this will do is it will wait to get the HWID before it actually requests. That way you will never get an undefined error. Okay, so as you can see here in our data.json that we've created in previous episodes, there's no data currently in it. So if we run our program, node index.js, it will wait for the actual HWID to be gathered, and we'll say verification failed because it failed. It did not have a success as the body. But now, this is my HWID hashed. I'll just insert that real quick. Made that before the video, so it's easier to showcase. So now with our HWID inside of it, save that. Now if we run node index.js, it'll say auth successful. Now for now, it just exits the program because that's all the code that it was told to run. But if you were to have, say, a Discord bot, etc., you could put this in the ready function, and then it will just log verification, and then your bot will continue on. And if you fail, it will just leave the process, it will exit it. So there we go, a very basic verification system that you can implement into your bots. Now I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, make sure to comment down below what else you want to see, and hopefully there will be more videos out soon. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you.